Hello, lovely family, lovely people. Thank you guys so much for being here again this week. I highly, highly appreciate every one of you for what you are doing to transform and to help children, women, and young people with tools that they can use to transform the world, beginning with themselves. So, thank you guys so much. I want to first of all apologize for last week. Sometimes we think that. In the United States or the so-called developed world, the internet is not a problem. It was for me last week, as you know, sister. And so I tried, I struggled, it didn't work. And so, but thank God that it's working this time. So there is nothing that is written in stones. So if something works today, let us take advantage and leverage on it and thank God for it. Because
Mhm.
if it doesn't work tomorrow, we know that we did our best today so
Yes.
that it can continue to work for tomorrow. So thank you guys again, and we want to thank especially our CEO who brought this world family together for the sake of uh, humanitarian services. So we thank you, sister, for always being there. We want to thank Sister Sharon for the work that she's doing. She might not always be here, but she's doing a lot behind the scene. We want to
Yes.
thank Ngwe, who is the flyer designer and the technical person. We want to thank Wasi in Cameroon, who is also doing well with the 5 Chicks per Child program. And we want to thank our managing director for being here, even though you're moving and sometimes you're on appointment, but you still make the effort to be here. And we want to thank all our brothers and sisters from all over the world that make the time to be here because they could have been somewhere else doing something. But let us be here with heart, doing things from the heart, not just being here. We are not here to say, yes, I'm present. No, we are here to do what we've been called to do, which is to serve humanity, beginning with children, women, and young people. So thank you guys so much. How was your weekend? My weekend was wonderful. You know, I had a treat from one of our ambassadors to take me to the park. He took me to the park, took me to lunch, out to supper, lunch at the park, and then we went to the Minnesota Zoo. It was fun. I was riding a camel for the first time. That was beautiful. So, and I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend as well. So now we are here today. And before we make the introduction, we always like to put our hands together to thank the Creator for giving us life, for giving us the breath in our lungs, and for bringing us together for the common purpose of serving humanity, especially children and young people and women. And also to bless our CEO for bringing us together. So let us, in whatever way you can, do whatever you can because we want to be able to give choices to everyone, particularly our children. So, Heavenly Father, as a new school season dawns, a new skill season dawns as well. We gather as one global movement, family of students, ambassadors, parents, supporters, and volunteers to lift our hearts to you. Be there a regular school, be there a mechanic in a garage, be there whatever they are learning, Lord. It is always the beginning. It's the tradition of one global movement to present this to you so that you guide, lead, and direct these children and all of us because we too are also learning. And Lord, we thank you for the gift of knowledge, the blessing of education, holistic education, not just one sided, and the power of purpose driven learning. Lord, guide our students as they return to not just classrooms, they return to their sewing classrooms, their auto mechanic classroom, whatever they're returning to, or maybe to that business, Lord. Every book or every skill that they're learning, every book that they open, and every word written become a seed of purpose that grows into wisdom, leadership, and hope. We pray for our parents and caregivers who sacrifice daily to nurture dreams, strengthen their hearts, and bless their efforts with abundance. We lift up our ambassadors, One Global Movement ambassadors. May they shine as beacons of courage, service, and compassion in their schools and communities, in their classrooms, even on the playgrounds, wherever they go. Let the world know that these ambassadors are from One Global Movement, shining the light for others to follow. Lord, we remember our teachers, mentors, and volunteers who sow knowledge into lives. Grant them patience, creativity, and vision to really see beyond the ordinary, shaping young minds into extraordinary change makers. Because why? We are extraordinary. We are not just ordinary, extraordinary in your own image. Father, let this school year be more than academics. Let it be a season of purpose where children discover their gifts, where young women rise with confidence, that confidence that comes from within, where every learner is reminded that education is not just about what they know, but about who they become. Bless One Global Movement supporters, volunteers, presenters, whatever, anyone that is doing anything with One Global Movement. Bless these supporters around the globe who give, who pray, and who work for a future free from hunger, illiteracy, and poverty. Unite us in your vision, Lord. Empower us with resilience and keep our mission rooted in love. As we go back to school, as we go back to our businesses, as we go back to learning new skills, back to purpose, may every step we take echo with faith, courage, and service to humanity. May our learning transform not only our own lives, but the destiny of the world. In your holy name, Lord, we have prayed. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Very
Yeah.
powerful. Thank you,
Yes,
sister.
I'm going to just talk a little bit about this school,
Yes, sure, sure.
because we know
Mm-hmm.
that around this time, parents, because from my own experience with my parents, my mom in particular, my grandmother, and my village, they are so much concerned. They are overwhelmed with a lot of things. Think about those experiences that you had with your own child during this long holiday. What did you have? Talk about those things with them. Try to write a letter of gratitude to these children. Put it in a frame or whatever you want to do with it so that it can be part of their archives. One Global Movement will be doing a similar thing, but it will take time because we need some things to put in place before that. So think about that. What experiences did you have? Have you made sure that your child has the right food, healthy food to eat? Because if we don't think about their emotional and psychological health, it's going to be very difficult for them to focus to learn their skills or to learn whatever they're learning. So please let us do that, preparing them the best wherever they're going, or if they're staying at home, let us create that space for them to blossom and to study well. So thank you so much, sister. The stage is all yours.
Thank you, sister. Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming to support us today on the first live session of the week for One Global Movement. Thank you, Dr. Mundih, and thank you, everybody. So I just want to read again, children are a heritage from the Lord. That is in Genesis 33:5, because as we're sending them back to school or they're going for the first time, remember that they are gifts, precious living treasures, but they're not our possessions. So, though they require our loving, intentional, and empowering stewardship on their way to serve the world with purpose and integrity, we must approach them as that. They are living, separate beings, and let us watch them and see what it is that they're intending to do in this world. We all have a purpose. We keep saying that here. Let us watch for that and see how we can underpin that and support them as we send them out to get knowledge in this world, right? Because today is what we're talking about. the power of purpose-driven learning. I'll get to that. Let me read the vision and mission statement of One Global Movement. The vision and mission statement of One Global Movement, which we have shortened to OGM, it says, sorry about that, One Global Movement will support any organization, any group or individual that aligns with its own global vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus, sorry, with a focus on young women,
One,
providing them.
1 second, let me just disturb. Let me answer this doorbell because it's somebody that
Oh,
is
there
coming.
you go. Okay, go ahead. I will just keep reading. Oh, no. Okay. I hope everybody's hearing me. All right. The mission of One Global Movement, sorry, is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on young women, providing them with the tools and the sustainable solutions that will help them to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, to build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and the opportunities to thrive through global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs. We are striving to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and to build a future where every child can build on their own hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. Together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create such a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or to any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible. Our gratitude and tribute always goes to our CEO for bringing this world family together for the purpose of providing solutions to all sectors of the global economy, beginning with our children. We thank him and his well chosen building team, and we love you all and wish you eventual success. And that is the vision and mission of One Global Movement. And so, as you can see in the chat, the topic today is going back to school, and it's the power of purpose and why purpose driven learning outperforms generalized learning. So in Proverbs 4:17, the Bible talks about getting wisdom, getting knowledge. But to get knowledge, you have to know what you're planning to do with it. So you have to know how and why you are getting this wisdom, this knowledge. That is the purpose. Watch, for those who will watch at a later date, I just want to stress that that is what we're talking about here today. So I say greetings again to Dr. Mundih and everyone in attendance and those who will watch later. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever learned something in school only to forget it just days later? Maybe it was a formula, a history date, or a grammar rule. But now think about this. Have you ever learned something that mattered deeply to you? A skill, a hobby, a life lesson, and found that you will remember it today later. And that's the difference between generalized learning and purpose-driven learning. In generalized learning says, there's the information, memorize it and pass the test. But the purpose-driven learning says, here's the information, here's why it matters, and here's how it connects to you and what your purpose is. And the results are undeniable. Research has shown that purpose-driven learning is more engaging, more effective, and more lasting. And why is that so? Because when we know the why, we then unlock the how. Today, I want to introduce you to a powerful framework, a compass that shows us why purpose-driven learning outperforms generalized learning. It is captured in one word, purpose, Purpose. And so this is the compass of learning, and here's the word. I'm going to walk you through all the different letters. Let's walk through it together. The P is for passion. Learning ignites when driven by passion. Take the story of a high school student who struggled with math, for instance. Nothing would click until he realized that formulas could help him to design skateboard ramps. Suddenly, equations weren't abstract anymore. They were the blueprint to building something he loved, and his grades soar, not because he had to, but because he wanted to. That's purpose driven learning. By the way, this math story also applies to me as well. I hated math when I was in school. I thought it was useless as the way it was being taught. But then I saw it was necessary for research and data analysis, which I love. And now I enjoy using math daily. So, passion transforms learning from boring to blazing. And then the U in purpose is understanding. Purpose helps learners connect knowledge to real life meaning. A teacher once taught fractions by bringing in a pizza. Instead of numbers on a page, students saw and tasted what one half or one quarter meant. The concept stuck because it was grounded in their everyday experience. Who hasn't eaten a pizza, right? When learners understand the why, the what becomes clear. And the R in purpose is retention. Purpose cements knowledge in long term memory. Consider someone who studied French in school for years, memorizing vocabulary lists only to forget most of it. But later, when they traveled to Paris, something changed. With a reason to learn, ordering food, navigating the city, making connections, the language returned quickly and stayed longer. And then the P in purpose anchors memory more securely than repetition ever could. The P is practicality. Purpose makes learning practical. A young woman enrolled in a computer skills course. She wasn't chasing a grade, she wanted to apply for a better paying job because every lesson had immediate practical relevance to her future. And so she mastered the content quickly. When learning feels useful, it becomes urgent. And then the O in purpose is ownership. Purpose gives student ownership of their learning. At a science fair, a student was allowed to choose any topic he cared about, and he picked pollution in his local river. It was personal, and it was his. He worked harder on that project than on any other assignment before, not because the teacher demanded it, but because it mattered to him. That is purpose driven learning. When students own their learning, they also own their growth. And the S in purpose is self motivation. Purpose fuels self motivation. Think of a boy who wanted to learn guitar so he could play in his church band. No one had to nag him to practice. He stayed up late teaching himself chords, calluses forming on his fingers, because the why was deeply personal. Purpose removes the need for constant external pressure. And then the E in purpose is empowerment. And finally, purpose empowers. Consider Malala Yousafzai. She pursued education despite immense threats because her purpose was larger than herself, to fight for girls' rights to learn. That purpose gave her courage, resilience, and ultimately a global voice that continues to inspire millions. Purpose doesn't just teach, it transforms lives. So you contrast that with generalized learning. Now let's contrast this. Without purpose, passion turns to boredom, understanding turns to confusion, retention turns to forgetting, practicality turns to irrelevance, ownership turns to compliance, self motivation turns to dependence, empowerment turns to disengagement. So that is why we're saying, watch your children, be in connection with them, see where it is that they want to go and help them get there. In other words, generalized learning fills the mind temporarily, but purpose driven learning shapes the heart, the memory, and the future. So, what's the takeaway from this? Purpose is the compass of learning. It points learners away from mere memorization and towards transformation. So, if you're a teacher, ask yourself, how can I tie this lesson today to my students' deeper purpose? And if you're a student, reflect, what's my why? How can I connect what I'm learning today to the future I want to build? Because when learning has a purpose, it doesn't just fill the mind, it fuels the future, your legacy, your future. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me. And thank you guys for excusing me. It's one gentleman. He really wants to be on the show so bad.
Ah,
And
nice.
yes.
Okay.
And then he came to support to pick up some things for One Global Movement and also support with something. So which is very good. So
Absolutely. We're moving. We're moving. We're moving. Good
yes.
stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
He says, I'm all on board, okay? Count me in.
I love to hear that, sister. That's good. Exactly what
Yes.
we want
Yes.
to hear. Thank
So
you.
thank you so much. Even though I didn't listen to all the, but I know that when you talk on these topics, you do your research. They are so impactful because you're doing so from the heart, from what you already know, from your background and how you were brought up, and from your experiences. It becomes so meaningful and so impactful for these children to really fit themselves. And all of
Yes.
these things, you cannot understand it all at the same time. Pick one thing, because when you pick that one thing, you start helping yourself with and helping the children with that one thing will just open up an ocean for you later on. You don't even know. So just
Exactly.
keep doing.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
back to school, back to school,
True.
back
Yes.
to purpose. And so we
Yes.
decided to do this as a series because every year is a tradition of One Global Movement to do this, because what else? We got to
Yes.
really, like you said, follow our children, watch them to see what we are doing. And so we got to also do everything that surrounds children all over the world, including
Yes.
women and young people. So
1 minute, sister. I know you didn't hear, but I just kind of took a little bit of liberty with the title. I compare the purpose-driven learning to the
uh-huh,
generalized learning, and I'm
there you
not
go.
putting down that one, but purpose-driven has a different feel to it, as I was
Yes.
explaining with the different scenarios. When
Yeah.
you really want to learn something, you go about it a different way.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you,
And
sister.
you
Thank
you go for it regardless of what happens, you still go for it.
you.
And so,
Exactly.
and I really like when you say um you got to learn, know what you do, know what your children are doing.
Yes. We do.
Watch them from the cradle, even from the stomach. Sometimes you can tell if you are doing things from the heart. When the fetus is moving in your womb, that baby is moving in there, you can begin to tell something depending on what you are telling that baby inside there.
Yep.
When the baby
Yep.
comes out, what does your children gravitate, that baby gravitates towards, especially
Yep.
during those very active years as toddlers? What do they
Yes.
usually gravitate towards?
So true.
That's when you started really helping them to really stand on their purpose. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you're done with one thing, God gives you another one, because we are given a lot of gifts, not just one, not just two. We
I
have a
know.
lot.
I
So
know. I know.
watching these children is very, very important, even as they are out of school. Are you having
Yes.
meetings with them? They're out of
Yes.
town. They're not going to school the same place where you live. Do you have weekly meetings? You will be surprised what it does to those children's
Yes.
mind. It's
Yes.
very important. Let us make an effort to do that. It's not all about money. Money is just a tool. It's an
It
aid.
is.
But when you put these purpose driven learning in place, watching your children, it is so important. So the
Mhm.
power of purpose driven learning is so important. So I will go here. Our proverbs, like we always do. We don't even just call it proverb, but this one I will say it because it's a very good proverb that I grew up learning from my grandmother and my grandparents. So, wisdom is like a baobab. The baobab tree, no one individual can embrace it. No
Uh,
one individual. That is loaded. It is loaded.
it
Wisdom is
is.
like a baobab tree.
Oh,
No one person or individual can embrace it. This is so true. So, what does this mean to us here? Like the African baobab tree, education and shared knowledge are collective treasures that One Global Movement seeks to spread worldwide. That is why we keep reminding people, join in, be something, talk about something here, because when we do it from different perspective, we are giving children the choice. The choices,
Yeah.
not one, not two, not three, because three is still not choices at all. So we want to be able to give them more than that, because we have more, we've been given more. And so
Yeah.
this is so important. So every new year is more than uh, helping our children to sharpen pencils or buying new textbooks and really going into fresh classrooms. It is a sacred Invitation, sacred,
It is.
SACRED, sacred, which means is done with divine intervention. This is a call to realign ourselves as parents, caregivers, and adults with purpose. At One Global Movement, we believe that education is not simply the transfer of information, but the unlocking of human potentials. And we have this human potential. We do have, we were born with it. That is why we always say here that our children were born with greatness.
Greatness.
And it is
Yeah.
true. We are not just talking, it is true. Although sometimes we can be doubting, like I used to doubt myself that, oh, I will never amount to anything if I don't do what my father told me to do. A lot of us do that, and it is just normal. But in so doing, we are finding a path, forging a path forward instead of staying at the same place. So going back to school is more than a return to classes. It is a return to destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And our sister said everything here, but I'm just saying it in the way that I also understand it, so that we have these things together. It is stepping into an atmosphere where dreams are formed, characters are shaped, and futures are rewritten. Remember, you do something, you build something, you go back there and see what else can I do to improve this. And this, it's calling for students, all of us here too, that what are you going to school to do? Is that your purpose? Is that what you were born to do? Have you
Mm-hmm.
found your purpose? Or you're just copying? Or you're just going to get a degree? Or you're just making the world know that you're going to school? No. Have you looked around your home, beginning with yourself, your community, your neighbors? Have you looked around in your village to see
Yeah.
what is it that I can do with the purpose or with the gift that God has given me to help resolve a problem in the community? That is when you go to school to study. For me, I had found that reason, but they sent me to university to do something else. But still, it was haunting me. I had to go to do what I was called to do, and which is what I am doing here today. And so this is very, very important. You got to ask, why am I here? Why was I born? Why am I
Yeah.
even going to school? Why am I learning
Mm-hmm.
a new skill? Why am I doing this? This is so important. You mentioned about Malala. Malala had to do what she did with purpose. And that is why she continued to do that today. So purpose driven learning gives meaning to every lesson, every
Yes.
skill, every struggle, and every achievement. So
Yes.
education is not preparation for life. No, it is not just preparation for life. Education is life itself,
It is.
depending on the kind of education. And this is being said by John Dewey. He said, education is not preparation for life,
It's not.
education is life itself. So
It
important.
is.
Like in the words of uh, 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 our hero, late Malcolm X, that said, education is a passport into the future. And the future belongs to those who educate themselves today. I'm quoting it in my own way. And
Yeah.
the late Nelson Mandela, President Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful, very powerful weapon that we can use to change the world. And
Yeah.
education, they didn't say that it's just classroom education.
No,
What
it's
we are
not.
doing
It's
here
not.
is education, formal, informal, and it starts from birth. From the very first minute that child takes the first breath, that is when it starts. What are you
Yes.
telling that child? How are you looking at the child? What are you thinking about that child? All of these things, if we really understand, you will realize that, wow, this thing is building the real foundation for purpose driven
Yeah.
learning
Learn.
education. So at One Global Movement, we say purpose is the compass, learning is the journey, and destiny is the destination. Destiny is the destination. So purpose driven learning as a simple but profound question. Why am I learning this? Have you ever asked yourself why you're learning, or you're just learning, you're just following the flock? Are you just following? Or you ask yourself, why am I learning this? What is this going to do for me, my family, and humanity? That is a very important question.
It
Without
is.
feels, like you said, sister, learning feels like a burden.
It does. It
It's
does.
it feels like boredom and a burden. With purpose, learning becomes an adventure where you enjoy, like I was enjoying the camel ride, So
Yes.
for students, purpose helps you rise each morning with determination. It transforms your homework from a chore into preparation for greatness. You say, you know what? It's not a chore. I'm preparing it because I was born for greatness and I am going to be great. When you know your why, it
Oh yeah.
becomes very important. And you have to ask, nobody's coming to ask you, why are you learning? You ask yourself before somebody else asks you. Because when
Yep.
you let yourself to be asked by somebody else, that person's why, it's going to it's going to brainwash you, your memory, instead of you asking yourself. And parents, we need to help our children. Ask them why. Ask them, are you sure this is what you want? And we allow them to change their mind as many times as they can. My son had to change his mind because that is how
Same.
their minds work. We want to explore to see
Yes.
which one will be the
Mm-hmm.
best. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that is how you find your purpose in life, by letting, we spend money, of course, but that is the reason why we have to spend that money, for them to change their mind and explore, and then finally find their purpose so they can be happy that they are doing something that is worthwhile, not just learning. So it's very important that we do that. So one global movement reminds students every lesson mastered today is a tool for building tomorrow's world. And it starts right now. It starts today. For parents and caregivers, purpose driven learning empowers you to nurture, not to pressure your children. Nurture them, not to pressure them. And you said that, you always say that, sister, that your children are not your property. They're not your property. We are mere stewards to these children, and let us raise them the way that we were commanded to raise them. So your role as a parent, or my role as a parent, our role as parent, is not just to push for grades, to copy the Hollywood, but to awaken curiosity and resilience in our children. That is very important. It doesn't matter let them take their time. Don't push them. Oh, your friends have graduated and you have not. No. Oh, your friends are having a grade. Oh, your friend chose to be medical doctors and you're not. No, no. We need to seek to know their purpose, and then we help them based on what they have chosen to do. So that is our role. And one global movement encourages parents, I'm encouraging myself by saying this: plant seeds of vision in your children, not just rules of survival. We were not created just to survive. We were created to thrive. Okay? Don't help your child study just to survive. No. Survival is not enough. We have abundance, and we are all created to thrive, and therefore we must help our children. So for adults and educators, this is one global movement inspiration for you. Purpose challenges us to see teaching as more than instruction. It is transformation. A teacher who teaches without purpose transfers information. A teacher, when you teach without purpose, you're merely transferring information. You're not helping that child to embrace it wholeheartedly. This is very, very important that we get this. You're not just teaching to make to earn, or to make a paycheck check happen. No, you're teaching because that is who you've been called to do. And when you teach with that purpose, children will feel it, they will know it, and they will
Yep.
embrace it, and they will learn. And so
Yep.
this is very, very important. A teacher with purpose imparts wisdom, the kind of wisdom that we were born with, and that comes from the Creator. Imparts courage and imparts hope, that students will never give up on hope. That they know that if I don't succeed today, tomorrow is a better day, and I'm going to continue. And so one global movement says the greatest curriculum in the world is not found in books, but in the love and values we live and pass on, which is what we are doing here, sister. because we want this. When look at what we're studying now, a lot of the mentors like Dr. Miles Monroe, like Jim Rome, like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., and Malala, who is still alive. These
Yes.
people that are passing on things, and so therefore, what are we doing? What are you doing? Are you doing the same thing, so that tomorrow, when you are called to join the heavenly choir, you'll be like, yes, I did it, I did it, I did it, and I empty out myself, and I'm happy to go to where I've been called to come. This is so important. So one global movement exists to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, as we all know, and all other social challenges that face our population worldwide, and to help women, children, and young people live with dignity, not just
Absolutely.
living with dignity, the
Victim.
kind of
Yeah.
dignity that comes from creation. And they live with knowledge and empowerment. So education is at the heart of this mission. You can't
Yeah.
teach, you can't cook for a child without teaching that child how to cook for themselves. Like the common
Exactly.
saying go, you cannot keep giving a child fish without teaching them how to fish. You cannot be a leader in your home or in your corporation or anywhere without teaching that child to be the leader, or without teaching the people that work under you to also be leaders tomorrow. So this is
Yeah.
very, very important. So
It is.
education against illiteracy. Literacy is freedom. Freedom. You know how free I am? I'm so happy that I was sent I sent to learn freedom. Every child who learns to read and write holds the key to opportunity and justice. You will know
Yes.
how to advocate for yourself and to
Yes.
advocate for your family, even advocate for other parents, because not everything that we know. So this
No.
is very, and to advocate for other students, because you are
Yes.
working as one global movement ambassadors or students, you are working hand in hand with other ambassadors across the Atlantic Ocean in the world. And as we
Yeah.
all are also working as one. So education against poverty. How is that? Knowledge builds skills,
It
and
does.
skills builds economies. So
Yeah.
education creates innovators, young innovators like those we have here who are teaching us. They create problem solvers and leaders who break the circle of lack, the circle of exclusion, the circle of injustice, the circle of you come from a poor home. No, they are breaking those boundaries. You can see when those one global movement ambassadors come here, you hear the way they speak. These ones that don't have the opportunity, if you see what they are doing in the village, you will know that, wow, these kids, they have discovered themselves. And this is what we call purpose driven learning. So, education for dignity. When children learn, they gain confidence. They walk
Mm-hmm.
their head and their shoulders up instead of bending down like this. And I'm saying this inwardly, not outwardly going like this, look at me. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. So when young people learn, they shape societies. We know that. When women learn, families and nations rise. When women even learn, children rise up to imitate their
Yes.
mothers. When they
Yes.
see the mother learning and doing things. So to educate a child is to plant a tree such as the baobab tree, whose
Mm-hmm.
shades will cover generations. Remember,
It
the
will.
baobab has been there for generations, for
It
more than
has.
700 years. It's still standing right there. And the baobab does everything.
It
But
does.
the baobab, all the parts of the baobab come together to work together to give the
Mm-hmm.
water, to produce water supply, the fruits to heal, the bark, everything, and then bring communities all over the world to say, I am here for generations on end. And so to educate a child is to plant a tree such as the baobab tree, whose shade will cover generations to come. So one global movement then declares, we learn not just to earn.
No.
Learn not just to earn.
Not
Please.
just that.
You're doing your job, your business, not just use your job, use your business to serve, to learn with purpose. Because as you're doing the job, you're also learning new skills from those around you. So
Yes.
you learn not just to earn, but to uplift humanity at the same time. So students, all of our students, our children, begin this year with intention. Begin this semester. If this is your first semester, or if this is your first semester into your vocational skills learning, Begin this year with intention. Put an intention into it. Ask yourself, what problem can my learning help solve? Ask
Yeah.
yourself, don't just go to school. What can I do with the education that I'm acquiring? That is what is called purpose-driven learning. Set goals that are not just about grades, but about growth, spirituality, mental health, humanity, and morals. Very important.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, your education is not your weapon against despair and your passport to possibility. It is not just a weapon against despair, but it's your passport to possibility.
Yes.
And to
Mm-hmm.
parents and caregivers, this is for you. Create environments where curiosity is safe. Save, watch your child. Don't send them to the bus by themselves. Go with them, walk with them to the bus, and make sure that they are well seated in the bus and that they're not bullied. Check on them. Attend Parents Teachers Association meetings. Attend
Yes.
student conferences, please. Go to their games. Go to everything. Get involved. Don't leave them alone. Children that, from my experience, when I was volunteering for the schools, we went to for 1 week camping, and the kids that their parents were not there to support them, the kids they were crying. I was there the whole time to then take these kids as my own, and to say my mom is not here, my daddy is not here. So let's support them. When you support the children, they see you in all of those places. They will learn with purpose. They will learn to know that, you know what, my parents have trust in me, they love me, they are guiding me towards the right path. So celebrate effort as much as achievement. Let's not just say, oh, you just had a secret. Yes, they did, they tried. And
Mm-hmm.
celebrate every little win. Speak life into children. Speak life into their existence. Tell them they are capable, that they have greatness within them, that they are chosen, that they are appointed, and they are destined for greatness. Tell them, write it on paper, stick it somewhere for them to see, put it under their pillows. Do something sacred with that. And for educators and adults, this is for you. Teach with passion.
Yes.
Teach with passion. Let your classroom be sanctuaries of hope, not just classroom, physical classroom. Let them be sanctuaries of hope and go beyond the syllabus. Teach resilience, kindness, and critical thinking. And I am thanking all the teachers out there because teachers are not just instructors, they are counselors, they are parents. Those good teachers, I've seen them. They
I
are all
know.
of these
I
things
know.
to
I know.
our children, and those are our children. And you, together with your children and your students, write thank you letters, please.
Yes.
One
Absolutely.
or two lines of thank you letters to the teachers is very important. I'm
Yep.
saying this because I did it, and you will be so happy that you did, because it uplifts their spirits
It
and they want
does.
to do more, because they
Yes.
usually they don't give thanks to teachers. Let's begin it. And they are not even treated with decency as long as payment is concerned, because according to me, teachers and medical doctors and janitors are the most important people in society.
They are.
They
They
should be
are.
treated with dignity, in respect, and even raising their pays and their positions. So let us do that. So go beyond the syllabus, teach resilience, kindness, and critical thinking. Don't go to ChatGPT and copy and paste. Go here and copy and paste. Learn your skills, know them, embrace them, let them sit in your subconscious mind so that you can always pull out from there. So that when you do your research, then you know that you already know what you know. Be role models of integrity, because children listen with their eyes more than their ears. They want to see
You do.
what my parents are doing. You know, no matter
Yeah.
what you do to them, they want to see. And so, in conclusion, as we step into this new school year, let us not just go back to routines. We must go back to purpose. Purpose driven learning is the bridge between today's classroom and tomorrow's leadership. It is how we build not just educating minds, but transform souls
Yes.
ready to heal the world, ready to innovate the world, and to lead with love, happiness, and integrity. So at One
Amen.
Global Movement, we affirm every day, 100%, 1,000,000% plus. We affirm that a child with purpose is unstoppable. We affirm that a
Mm-hmm.
parent with purpose is unshakable. We affirm that a teacher with purpose is unforgettable. Together, let us rise in this season of learning with the fire of purpose. Together, we can eliminate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, and break the chains of discrimination, break the chains of abuse, break the chains of poverty. And back to school is not just about learning subject, it is about learning significance. When
Right.
education meets purpose, transformation is inevitable. And to the
Thank
student, what is one purpose or dream that motivates you? That's a question for you to answer before you go to school. What is one purpose or dream that motivates you to learn this school year? And how will your studies help you achieve that in order to impact others? For parents and caregivers, in what ways can you create a home environment that nurtures curiosity, resilience, and purpose in your child beyond just grades? So this
you.
is a food for thought for us to do
It
that
is.
as we
It
keep
is.
sending our children to school. Thank you so much, sister, for everything.
Thank you. Thank you, sister. Very well delivered there.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, you know, as you always say, these children, we all of us, we came with greatness, but we have to be encouraged to unlock that
Yes.
because so many people, as people, up to yesterday, I was on another webinar. It says the most gifted place, the most richest place is the cemetery because people come with their greatness, and either through all kinds of circumstances, they never get to unlock that. And that part that they came to do is not being done because they're gone.
Yep.
So we want all our children from all over the globe to be able to speak up with confidence and say, I have this part to play. How can I get the help that I need? Because
Mhm.
that's part of education, being able to ask, as you say, critical thinking, knowing what you need and finding how to get it. This is why, as I said in the earlier part of the presentation, you weren't here, but I guess you can listen to it later. But I was talking about, for instance, math. It depends on how it's being taught and who is teaching it. And if it's just to stuff you with numbers and formulas, it makes no sense. But then I love to research. And so when I realized how the big part that math plays in being able to analyze and connect the dots or whatever it is, I just went crazy for math because, math is also the years and the trends. And you see those things more clearly simply because you can look at those figures, right? So this purpose-driven learning is so important. I know that people go to school for the things that you're talking about to get a degree, and it's generalized. And I understand that there's probably a place for that. But nowadays, when everybody needs to know what their purpose is, you can't just do that anymore. You can't just go willy-nilly to school and not knowing why you're there. And as we say also, it's not just about book learning. Learning comes from so many different quarters.
Mhm.
That's why you would try to delineate what teachers are, their counselors, their mentors, their surrogate parents. If they're good, they're just good for our children, right?
Mhm.
And
Yep.
we should definitely compensate them better, but
Yes.
that's a different story. Because teachers are buying books, they're still doing it. They're buying the tools that teachers, good teachers are priceless in my
Yeah.
book.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so true. That's so true. Please, um, together, let us support those that teach our children. Be
Amen.
it in a garage, be it in a hall for sewing machines, be it wherever. Go there and support. You can support with something. Maybe you can take a bottles of water there, or
Anything.
maybe you can offer to just spend some money on buying lunch for them to eat. Support them. Support them.
Yes.
They need that. When they
Yes.
feel supported, they do better. And when they do
Absolutely.
better, the community will do better as well. So let
Absolutely.
us support teachers and let us tell them, thank you so much for being my child's teacher. My son, I always quote my son because that's who I know, and that's
Yes. Yes.
giving examples. You know, he was I we were taught to always say hello Don't just walk by and don't say hello to people.
Right, right.
And so he received a certification or whatever. He received a card from the school as the best student because he makes sure he says hello, good morning, sir, good morning, madam, and says
Yep.
hello to all the students in the hallway. He will stay there only to greet people. I said, greet people. And
Yep.
then he has this culture of giving water to people. I didn't teach him that, but he's doing it since. When you come into our home, the first thing he will give you a bottle of water.
Water is life. It is.
Yes, water is life. Not even asking, he just gives
Yeah,
it.
water is
You
life.
know,
Yes.
and he makes sure that he has that water, always buying bottled water and keeping. So
Yep.
that is the good. Let's teach our children. When you
Yes.
give, when a child gives give water to somebody, they give that person life, and life is light. And when you give light to people, they shine it onto others. This is very, very
Exactly.
important. And that's why I'm so passionate about the water project that you're doing in the world, supporting a clean water supply to families, especially young people. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for doing that.
Yes. Thank you, sister. And it's so inexpensive because that's one thing that, is not costly to support. You can find so many platforms. Just make sure that they're, legitimate, like 501(c)s and so on and so forth. You can do research about that quickly and see what the comments are about it. And then $20, $10, because some water projects are cleaning up places, some are actually purifying water. There's a different ways of making sure that there's enough water because we're using the water for all the wrong things now. I wouldn't say the wrong things, but the technology that we have now, sister, it requires so much water. You
Hmm.
wouldn't you would you wouldn't know that the connection, but to make those things come alive,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? They need that water for cooling, for washing, for purifying. I don't even understand what the technology is about that, but it draws a lot of our water, and we don't have that much potable water. Sure, the ocean is there, but you can't drink it without a lot of expensive desalination or whatever. You know what I mean? It needs work to get it to be ready to be potable. So let us preserve what we have and let us regard it as life because it is.
It is.
It,
It is. It is
yeah.
after air, water is the next thing. Please,
Yes.
when
Yes.
you keep your water clean, when you keep the lakes and your environment clean, you are definitely keeping the air clean, so helping people to stay healthy and stay alive.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
don't waste
Yes.
water, please. I have learned not to waste. I bought barrels, and I collect rainwater. I use
Rainwater for
it to
watering the
water them.
plants, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, for the
Yes.
plant, I use it to wash dishes. I use it for other things so that I don't keep wasting the one because
Wait.
rain is here. It's a shower.
Yeah.
That's a shower of blessing. Why don't we collect it and use it? It
So
has nitrogen in there for plants to grow, but you
for the plants to grow well. Yeah, exactly. So no, definitely.
Mhm.
All right, sister. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
I don't
for
know if you
really
have anything.
taking that
Yeah.
topic head on, just like the other one. Thank you.
Yes.
Again, thank you to all the people that are working behind the scene. I know that a lot of us, I invite all the parents, I invite you, Sister Sharon, because you work with children for a long time. Somebody should hop on stage here and talk about, because we're going to go with this series for maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So as we send our children to school, so that they
Yeah.
will be listening as they are going, know that we are here for them. And when they are there, we have to talk about how they settle in. Very, very important.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you so much to our brother, Sir Abdul Sattar, for being here. You beat me up here. When I turn on the computer, you're already here. So thank you so much for supporting One Global Movement family. We really appreciate you. Hello, Sunil. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for being our supporter here on One Global Movement. And we have uh, Ifan Ahmed, how are you, sir? We appreciate your presence and your love for children worldwide. And we have Sumitra Mandar. How are you, sister? Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for taking care of children in your home and in your community. We appreciate you. And of course, our beautiful sister who is here. Greetings, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the live Wednesday session of One Global Movement. Come on Friday, hop on the stage and say something to the children. They would like to hear from you. Say, oh, mommy's sending me something. Daddy is sending me something through One Global Movement. So they will be happy to really hear from you. If you can, hop up on stage here and do something. Thank you. And Please contribution to our topic, Back to School, Back to Purpose series, the power of purpose-driven learning. Very, very important. Thank you. And this is our Facebook link, please. We still like people to go there and support us. Not just here, go there, like and follow us so that we will get the resources that we need to continue to help children. We want to get to the point where we don't just focus on one area, we want to focus on the whole world at the same time. Just imagine focusing on 250 something countries in the world at the same time. At least pick one school where
Yes, yes.
it's where people are not doing so well. We pick that and we start from there. That is very important.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So John says I am still dealing with apartment move issue. So I am a bit distracted, but I'm here. John, focus on that, okay? Because we need you in a good place where you can have some peace so you can continue to support our children. But I wish I was close to you. I would have been helping you, but okay. God will give you the courage, okay? Thank you so much for letting us. And our beautiful sister is here, Sister Sharon. Hello, Mundih, Sister Yvonne Finn, Brother John Barilla, and JJ Tinman hashtag One Global Movement. So thank you so much, Sister Sharon. You've worked with children for long. Please, if you find the time, hop on stage here, back to school, so we can say hello to all our children. And let's go down here. And happy birthday. As always, if Sister Sharon is here, she's always wishing happy birthday. She appreciates life a lot. So happy birthday to everyone that is celebrating their birthday today or this month. So thank you so much, Sister Sharon. And we have our brother Gutam Halder. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for your love and support for One Global Movement. And this is StreamYard. If you subscribe to StreamYard, which we encourage people to do because this is what we are using, is good. You can connect to YouTube, connect to other places, Facebook, and you stream there at the same time when you're streaming. If you do, they're going to send $10 to One Global Movement in support for children. That's another great way. Thank you, sister, for putting that there.
You're welcome.
And our sister said, we are here to serve and impact our families, communities, and the larger human populations. Yes, certainly. And our beautiful sister Nancy, come on stage. One of these days is back to school and say something to the children. So thank you so much, Nancy, for your love and support. Even online, you're always there supporting. I highly appreciate you. Thank you so much. And we have M. Slovudu. Welcome, sir. If you're new here, you're welcome into One Global Movement family. We appreciate you for being here today. And if you're new, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell and put the big thumbs up so that you don't miss out on what we are doing here for our children. Thank you. And RJ Rajib, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for being among us here. We highly appreciate you. And our beautiful sister Maria Giles, how are you, sister? Thank you for your support and love for children. And the managing director says, so nice to see all you regular attendees here today. Thanks for coming, folks. Yes, thank you, John, for spotting that out always. And our beautiful sister, Sanjo, how are you? Thank you for being here with us today and supporting children. Thank you. And Sir Ashok, thank you, sir, for always being here. And thank you for your consistency. We appreciate you. And we have Goldie Kerr. How are you, sir? Thank you for being a part of us here today. And thank you always for supporting and loving our children. We appreciate you. And we have Sir Giri Malapala. How are you? Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate you. Hash later Topo. How are you, sister? Thank you for being with us today and thank you for those beautiful flowers. We appreciate you and extend love to your children. And we have Sir Katik Santra. How are you, sir? It's been a while, but thank you so much for joining us here again today. And I know that a lot of you are supporting us behind the scene, even when you're not here, but we appreciate that a lot. Thank you guys so much. And if we have and I know we do, if we have some teachers among us, hop on here. We want to be able to hear from teachers. Please
Mm-hmm.
What can we do to support you more? Hop on here because you are helping us with our children. We want to hear from you so we know how best we can support you to continue to do the great work that you're doing for our children. Thank you so much. And we go down here. We have, okay, I hope I'm not skipping any name.
No,
We
you're not.
We have Imad Agun. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. If you're new, be sure to subscribe and share so that the message of One Global Movement will reach every household and every child and every young person in the world. So thank you so much for being with us today. John says, soon folks, soon our company name will be changing. Please be aware of this. Okay, John. Thank you so much for reminding us. Thank you. We appreciate that. And Nancy says, look in your neighborhood, your community, back home. In the village, a little bit will help once you are doing it from your heart. Certainly. I say even $1. That's why we're going to come out with the One Global Movement Children's Magazine. It's going to be both physical and digital. And we ask that people subscribe. It's 99 cents a month. So that when you subscribe, it's going to go a long way to have. And our goal is to reach 10 million subscribers. Just imagine that. And so
Yeah.
we will ask that everybody help us in doing that. That's a way to raise resources to continue to help with these programs. It'll be coming up soon. We are working on that. And Roazeha Pandaf, how are you, sir? Thank you always for being here and supporting our children worldwide. We appreciate you. And we have Sanjoya Kumar. How are you, sir? Thank you for stopping by again today. We appreciate you for helping our children worldwide. Thank you. And Nancy says, families, please let's keep helping our children by pressing the big thumbs up. Subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and invite a family or a friend with love. Thank you so much,
Mm-hmm.
Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go down here.
You're good. You're good. You're good. I think the next name is Bappy Dash.
Hello, Sir Bapi. Thank you so much for joining us here today. If you're new here today, you're welcome into this global family that is helping women, children, and young people eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty. We appreciate you. Do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything that we're doing here. And also share so that people will know what we're doing here so that our children can benefit. Thank you so much for being here with us.
And look who's here.
Oh, am I
Sir
missing?
AP. That's the next name.
Ah, okay. Am I seeing? Did I pass it?
No, you're going down.
Okay. Wow.
You see it?
Hey, our big brother, Sir Epi. Thank you so much, sir. Despite your busy schedule, you're still here, but we also thank you for helping. We know that you're doing a lot in helping families in your community. We appreciate that. Together, we will reach every child in the world. So OGM is towards to teach, learn your purpose of birth, learn fishing better first, then eat fish. Children are the custodian of tomorrow's earth. Together, we can change a lot. Yes,
Yes,
together we
yes,
can
we
change a lot.
can.
So
Yes, we
much fun.
can.
We are always happy when you are here because we know that we're going to get some great wisdom from you. Thank you.
Uh,
And we have MD Gina. How are you, sir? Thank you for being with us here today. If you're new, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell and share with your family, friends, and community the message of One Global Movement. Thank you so much.
yes.
And let's go down. I will read what Sir AP says. Yes, I am better, Yvonne Finn. Love you, Push Pin Media, and all friends. Hello, Dr. Mundih. Thank you so much, sir. We really appreciate you. Your support for us also a lot. Thank you so much. And let's go down here. We have Sir Ashit. Sagma, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for being one of the staunch supporters for our children here in One Global Movement. We appreciate you. And Serpi says California based startup called Savo is producing butter like fat from carbon dioxide and hydrogen without using any animal or plant product.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
wow, that's good. Well,
I don't know about that.
well, but I don't know about that. But make sure you read it well before you consume anything. Read it well and do your own research. Very
Exactly.
important. Yes. So thank you. You don't just put things, if it is natural. That's why the One Global Movement Garden grows things organically, so that for
Yes.
healthy living. Don't just eat things. Do your research, because eat your food today as medicine, so that tomorrow you will not be eating your medicine as food, which means eat healthily today, so that
Yep.
tomorrow when you're sick, you don't be start eating your medicine as your food. So thank you so
Mm-hmm.
much, Sir AP.
Just read that little.
One Global Movement is focused on building hopes and dreams for the globe. Hashtag One Global Movement. Hashtag building hopes and dreams. What do you want me to read, sister?
I just want to remind our attendees that later on today, because I don't think it comes out at the same time, the comment part of this the YouTube video will open up and they can go back and make a comment on this particular topic. Each topic, you can go back and look at the past videos and just start making little comments on it because it does help the algorithm to do that. The YouTube
Please.
video.
Please, very important. And we're going to be really encouraging people to do that. Always make a comment. You already know our mission and vision, what we are doing here. Write something. And
Yep.
like you said, the algorithms will take it, and then it will keep helping us with what we need to be helping our children. So thank you so
Right.
much for saying
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
That's the one I was talking about. Later
okay,
on today or maybe tomorrow, please help the video algorithm by going and making a comment on the topic.
that is so important. Thank you so much.
It is important. It's very important. Like, you can't just have the videos with nobody making any comment and just one
Yes.
person. Yeah. So yeah.
Yes, make the comment, because that's the comments that fetch for the resources that we need. Please,
Yes, it
please
is.
like and follow and share One Global Movement Facebook page, please. This is the link. You can also post them on your own social media handles, so that people could know about what we are doing here. So thank you.
Yep.
And we have Paruri Krishna. How are you? If you're new here, you're welcome to this One Global Movement family. We welcome you here. Thank you so much for joining us from the part of the world that you are. We appreciate you. Do well to subscribe and share with your family and community.
Yep.
And we have come. Oh, Lejaga. I say we've come to the end, and then it just pops up.
Yeah,
And
I know.
welcome, Sister Lejaga Guima. How are you? Thank you so much for being with us here today. And you said you're not going to be absent, and you're here just when we're about to be done. So you're counted. Thank you so much for being with us.
Exactly.
And please, Friday, we're going to go series 2 of Back to School, Learning with Purpose. Please come and share, or just come, but make sure you're commenting. Let us not just come here to say hello, hello, hello. We want to come here and comment. Through commenting, we are teaching ourselves, and we are teaching our children. Let us write something. And if you don't have anything to write, just say hashtag defeat hunger, hashtag defeat illiteracy, hashtag defeat poverty, hashtag eliminate or defeat abuse, hashtag feed the children, hashtag
Yes.
educate the children,
Yes.
hashtag big hugs, hashtag love, teach with love. All of those things will help a lot. Let us hashtag a lot those hashtags, and we will be directing people so that when we put them out there, you get used to them. Then you start hashtagging people. Even when you're commenting online, not put the stars out there, but also put those hashtags to support us. So
Yes,
I
absolutely.
really appreciate you guys for being here today. We look forward to you coming here on Friday so that we can continue the back to school series. Um,
Yes.
Esther, I think you did a good job. So I will let you give your conclusion.
Okay. So we covered that point because I broke it down into the framework of purpose. And so purpose is the compass of learning. It is. It
Mhm,
points learners away from mere memorization, just learning for learning's sake, which sometimes that's okay. But when you have a purpose, you need to focus on what you're learning because the Bible talks about understanding and wisdom. Wisdom, they go together. So it's about transformation, as you said. So if you're a teacher, ask yourself, how can I tie today's lessons to my students' deeper purpose? And then if you're a student, then you reflect and you say, what's my why? How can I connect what I'm learning today to the future I want to build?
mhm,
Because when learning has a purpose, it doesn't just fill the mind, it fuels the
mhm.
future, your legacy. So thank you for listening, everyone. We're done
Thank
for the day.
Yes, we're done. Bye bye. Until Friday, we love you and see you
Bye.
then.
Bye,
Mm,
everyone. Thank you for coming.
bye.